I often say life is an adventure. You have to get off the couch and go live it. And today I'm doing just that. I'm diving with Scuba Express out of Myrtle Inlet, South Carolina, and today's adventure is going to be epic. Scuba Express is the best dive shop in our area here in Myrtle Beach. They have the best staff, the best work ethic, and the best attitude when it comes to diving offshore Myrtle Beach. Like I say, it's a beautiful ride through Myrtle Inlet, but it's time to get out on the water and get in the water, because that's what you're here for, right? Let's go diving. As I get to the bottom and prepare to start my dive, I hear someone call my name. Meet Nate, a dive master with Express Water Sports. And in case you can't understand his sign language, he's telling me, I see lionfish, and they're down this way under the shipwreck. So I've got to go get them. Let's start our dive. The BP-25 site is a 280-foot Panamanian tanker that was sank as an artificial reef. It now has loads of coral growth and also a few subway cars. Don't be shocked if you may see a loggerhead turtle or even a shark. And I find this little guy, which proves to be a little bit more tricky than I thought. But in the end, he gets invited to dinner. As I round the end of the structure, I see what Nate's been talking about. There's a lionfish hidden within the structure. And of course they make a delicious meal. Want to go to dinner, buddy? Thanks. So let's continue this beautiful dive so you can see what the BP-25 is all about. You can see how all this beautiful coral and sea life have made the BP-25 a beautiful home. There were at one time subway cars that were put out here, but as you can see, the only thing left are some of the doorways into the subway cars. But it makes a beautiful swim through if you ever get the chance. Notice all the tiny fish swimming around this diver. They're everywhere. I know you know it's all about spearfishing with me, but sometimes you just find something cool and you have to take it home. This curious fish thinks he's getting a meal, but I have just found a really awesome seashell, and I'm taking it home. Well, I'm getting low on air. I think it's time to head back to the line and go back to the surface. And just like most charter dives are, there's a traffic jam because everybody needs to get to the surface. But hey, that's a part of scuba diving, right? Beep beep, move out the way. So after dive number 1, we make it up to the boat and we do about an hour or so of top time to let our bodies decompress. And now let me show you dive number 2 so that you can see more of the shipwreck. Because it's not all about spearfishing, right?
Someone told me not to take a chance on love. Someone told me not to wait. It slumbers by, true as the sun shines warm.
If I could offer any advice about charter scuba diving, I would say be prepared, be early, and try to be the first one in the water. It gets you off schedule from all the other divers, and although I experienced a traffic jam at the end of my last dive, the first half of my second dive gives me the peace and quiet of enjoying the BP-25 all alone. I was checking this barracuda out when I started hearing a noise, and if you listen closely, you can hear the boat passing by, even though I'm in 100 feet of water. I find it always cool to stop and check out all these shell beds you will find on artificial reefs. Like here at the BP-25, this one is amazing. You'll always want to slow down and check it out, because there may be some cool treasure hiding in there. Shells, maybe money, maybe artifacts, and yes, even dinner. I'm always very grateful when I get dinner, so I say my thanks and I continue on with my dive. Because after all, that's what you're here to see, right? To be honest, I spent about another 5 minutes where I had found another flounder, but it got real stirred up and I couldn't get it, but I continued looking for it. But I won't bore you with that. On with the dive. Watching this school of fish swim around is so relaxing, and I enjoy taking the time, calming myself down, and enjoying the peace and quiet. That is until I ran into Dive Master Nate again. I know, hand signals. Let me translate. Hey Chuck, you see this big sheep's head I'm pointing at that I shot? There's another one right down here at the end of the ship. There will be a line that goes out into the sand. He should be right there. Okay. So let's get down the shipwreck and see if we can find these two sheep's heads. I had actually seen these two sheep's head earlier on my first dive, but I had my pole spear and I really couldn't get close enough to take a shot, and it would have been an unbelievable shot with a pole spear. That would have been a great story. And unfortunately, the big sheep's head is gone. But that's okay. It was a beautiful dive anyway. And now again, like all great adventures, this one is coming to an end. I'm low on air. It's time to turn back and get back on the boat. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed that tour of the BP-25. I highly recommend it if you're ever going to come scuba dive in the Myrtle Beach area. And I always say, life is an adventure. You have to get off the couch and go live it, just like I did today. That's what it's all about. Live in an adventure. And I'll see you in the next one.
So it's that time of year. What time of year? It's January. What does everybody do in January? Let's get healthy. Gym memberships are going out of the roof, diets, programs, all those things. Well, let me introduce to you today a product called Slenderize. Slenderize is a 100% organic drop you use 10 minutes before each meal to help you lose weight. Each box is going to come with a bottle of Slenderize and a bottle of what's called Accelerate. Slenderize is body balancing drops, which means it works on your hormones, which is the perfect way to lose weight. Accelerate helps with metabolism. No shots, no pills, no fad diets. Each box comes with a book. In this booklet shows you everything you need to know about Slenderize, including the approved foods list. The approved foods list is not a diet. It's foods you can eat anytime you want, as much as you want, whenever you want. Get your Slenderize skinny drops today and join the hundreds of thousands that are not just changing their life, they are gaining back their life. Lose the weight, gain your life. Click the link in the description below and use my code CHUCK91 at checkout to get a 15% discount on your purchase. If you're serious about changing your life, click the little button that says subscribe and save, and you will get an additional 15% discount. This sets you up for their monthly program. Slenderize is an amazing product that is helping people lose weight and gain their life back. So thank you, Slenderize, for changing lives.